Welcome, everyone. This is a short video on how to create the reopen ticket and the escalated ticket audit trail. With this audit mechanism in place, both for tickets that were completed and reopened and for tickets that were escalated from one tech to another. You can then run a report and look at what your percentages are. As of this recording, off the top of my head, I don't know what percentage is good, bad, or indifferent. It probably depends on your operation. But running the reopen rate and the report that we have in our Gladiators library, the live report mockup for reopens, shows you reopen rate per technician, and also the same with the escalation. So it's less about what's a good number and more about which of your employees are having tickets reopened more than others, and which of your employees are escalating more than the others, so that you can look at, it's the same operational environment, typically the same expectations. Why is this one person having more than others? And there's cases where, like escalations, oh yeah, the number one escalator is the monitoring alert technician. And whenever he finds something that actually needs to be fixed, he escalates over to the service desk, or level one, or whatever you refer to that pod of technicians. So anyway, operationally, how you use this is very dependent. Feel free to book a call with me and we can go over it. And the reporting, like I said, is available in the Gladiators community. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is go to the admin module. All of this work is in the admin module. I have it bookmarked. The way you bookmark any page is the yellow star in the upper right-hand corner. The first thing we want to do is create 2 ticket UDFs, user-defined field. And the 2 that we want to create is this reopen UDF and this escalate UDF. They're both very similar, but I'll show you real quick what they look like. So the name is reopen. It is activated. We don't really have a description, sort order. Everything in ours is sort order 1. The list, the field type is a list single type. When you do UDFs, you can do a single line of text, multi-line of text, or a list, and we're doing a drop-down menu for a list. And it's just a simple yes, no. With no is usually the default value, but I don't see that here. We must set that over in the ticket categories, that no is the default value. So anyway, I'm going to cancel out of this because I don't want to save it. And then we're going to show you same thing, escalate, different name, no description, sort order is still 1. Field list is still a single list, just like the others, yes, no. So these 2 UDFs are identical. One's called escalated, one's called reopen. I'm not sure if you can copy them. Yeah, you can't. You got to create them. Edit, inactivate, or delete. There's your 3 choices. So yeah, just create 2 quick UDFs, one for reopen, one for escalate. From there, we're going to go over to the workflow rules. Now, the workflow rules for these 2 audit trails works very differently. So the first one that I'm going to create is escalate. And you can use different verbs. Escalated, that should work. Would work if I could spell correctly. Keep in mind, even though I was born in the United States, English is a second language to me. So we're only going to check edit by. It's illogical that you're going to create a ticket and escalate it all in one fell swoop. Something else is going on at that point that's not an escalation. If you differ with me, just shoot me an email. We can chat about it, or post something in the Gladiators community, and we'll talk about it there. So here's edit by, and then we only want this flag to be changed when the status is changed. So let's go down, find the status. Status is changed to, so we don't want it every time somebody touches the ticket and the priority is or the status is escalated, but only the first time. The first time it's escalated, set the flag. And then down here for updates, update UDF escalated. You can see the default here is no, and we're going to change it to yes. That default no there, I think, is because it's first in the list. But I haven't really tested that. There's other things you could do. You could piggyback this escalation. You could notify the customer from here, but ideally the customer is being notified from the time entry that was put in at the time it was escalated, along with next steps, and maybe an internal message going where the summary message goes to the customer and the internal message goes more to the tech that it's being escalated in. What we strongly recommend is that you don't notify anybody inside, like don't notify the new technician or anything like that. So let's stay here. I'm going to cancel out of that. You would save and close, but we already have an escalated workflow rule. I really don't want two of them in there, so I'm going to cancel out of this, but that's how you build the workflow rule. And as mentioned, the reopen workflow rule is a little bit different. First of all, it's titled different. And then I didn't do this with escalate. So there's what we have now. We're going to create a workflow rule that when the status is changed from, the other one we did change to, this time we're going to do change from complete, and then we're going to set that workflow rule. Now, you might be saying, well, what about when a customer responds with a thank you or an attaboy, or tells the technician, you're my hero, everything's working, thank you, I love you, and then they get dinged for a reopen? That is in a two-step customer note added workflow process, and I'll cut that in another video. I'm not going to address that in the reopen video, but I'll send you another video about that one. So there's a good description. Probably should have put the same one in the escalation, explain what it was in that. Once again, edit by. You're never going to create a ticket that's already been reopened. That's just illogical. You're opening it for the first time. You're not reopening it. Conditions, as I mentioned, the status again. And this time, rather than change to, we're going to say change from. Complete. And we're we're going to set the reopen flag to yes. I'm pausing here because there is a way that you can incorporate this workflow rule in with the customer note added workflow rule where status is not complete. Yeah, this is independent. This is totally independent of how we're going to handle a customer note added. So I'm glad I worked through that. You do need an escalated workflow rule. You do need a reopen workflow rule, and then you're going to need two customer note added workflow rules. And I'm going to do that under a different video. So look for it. It'll be in the Gladiators community. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.